Hey, Knoxville, Western Heights channel, KGBOPINX. Here's the lowdown scoop. Somebody took on my source work for $1 thinking it was going to be cute. Well, now Big Tara and Maximilio, the Big Claw, has took a little Miss Tiffany here in Western Heights. Thought it'd be funny and murder some folks and come in my house and steal for money of a Washington note. Now, the source work I had provided was only for Washington 492. There are 8 more things that I would like to think 876 assignments of profitable dollar bills. Now, Spendricula Heather Rise in there, Pink thinks she's me too. Now, can we get this economy correct in Ashley Morgan Osborne's reputation? I am the smartest IQ. I'm C.W. Green's supposed granddaughter, and also Francois Albison Osborne. Abraham Lincoln. The Da Vinci Code is not demonic. I'm tired of this Ashley and Benny Raby, whoever stole my identity. Here in Knoxville, I went to circuit court to try to get an advocacy unit on a 30-year stalemate of physiological abuse, sexual trafficking, torture, and the above. From Tina Fey Denise Green Burris now, who I think has passed away because at her own hand her husband, Glenn, a.k.a. Ashley Hunt and Benny Raby, Boris Yeltsin of the NWRA, Ralph Sutton. Now, I'm not here to hide anything, but I guess Melissa Dunn, Whitney Carlisle, Penelope Sutton there wanted everything at Carnes to be hers of my empire. Well, whoever got the Pulitzer Prize on my Lieutenant Colonel Honor Guard Drill Sergeant First Class Corporal Marshal 58 Star recognized 592 honorable mentions since Carnes class of 1998. I've never received any recognition. Colonel Rice must have lost his life for no reason to put me in there in 91 at Carnes High School to class of 1998 Carnes, the damn Kremlin. Now, if anybody wants to go about this, who in the world is on my side? Well, I guess Whitney, Melissa Dunn, Carlisle, Hartle, whatever her name is, Penelope, to call me the N-word coming off beside, behind, and occurring with James Shipe that lives here in Western Heights too. I would concede to say they're trying to burn me up, blow up the world, and get away with it with a mighty strike of the NWRA crew. Well, I was an eyewitness to the brown coats as a National Rifle Association up in Pigeon Forge, worldwide. Shelby Blythe used to be. He got murdered when he married Tina Burris, and they murdered her. So this new Ashley and Benny Raby is a lie. Everybody knows Da Vinci Code is not demonic, and everybody also knows Osborne Estate and Trust belongs to me solely. I haven't received one penny, and yeah, if you need some help, you watch out for who's your friends and who ain't, because if they change their tune, they've probably been infiltrated. The hydrochloroplasterizing these bodies that they cut in half after they eat their innards, like the King of Singapore, his son, his granny, and everything, and even to President Biden. Now, we've only got 2 people to be elected. A Russian robot and a good brown redcoat woman that understands more than you think. I would like to take my place as advisor counsel on a reenlistment code under Colonel Rice at Carnes, General Herod Ford Rice. I think that was his name. Anyways, otherwise, Chief Futrell, I'm your superior officer with Chief Ski. If you want a Rossellini, that's what's going to happen. My reenlistment code, I'll be world-renowned, revolutionary, world leader, United Nations Ambassador report. I have wrote 688 depositions in Washington, and during the Ohio bombings and air show, even though Amanda Allison, a.k.a. the Robbie Hunt clone effect, Michelle Seaton, Kendra Patterson, and all you ROTC Romy homies, I took it seriously. I joined the military to get out of there. I didn't know I was going to, but Colonel Rice made me the leader. Now, make us proud, America, and vote me in as the advising council. I'm the smartest IQ. Yes, I have a diagnosis, but no, it's none of your business. All this hate crime on Western Heights property where I live in the projects where Tina made me stay. because she held me down with the Osborne Estate and Trust. Yes, Mr. Winston, no, I'll make sure she's taken care of. And Industrial Coils Union Carbide was mine too. Well, now that we understand from Lot 57 of 6109 Footmill Lane Trailer Park to 104 to Green Valley 8701 Kildare Drive to the superstar renowned Giovanni Prince I was supposed to marry, I am sick of these people, to Big Tara murdering 50 Cent saying she cured cancer. No, she did not. Why did you steal my chemical codes, and who the hell you think you dealing with? The silver grenade here, the gray ghost of the military, Naruto, Special Ops United Nations agent on it. Give me my reenlistment code. I don't know about Trump because he don't let me have a 5-card draw hand, then he didn't like the comment about his hair. Well, now, Mr. Trump, this is what you've got. And you too, Miss Harris. You're the only two left for presidency, and I will work together, because I saw President Biden's backpack on the bus, Broadway 22 here in Knoxville, Tennessee. The eating people, it's a Jane Doe effect of Columbine and all that extra. Sally Jansen now, Terry Stanley in our office. Dick York Cheney's married to a movie man, James Charlotte. Larceny charges of over 987 counts where Mitt Romney's Benjamin went to. I don't know if I can save him, Mitt Romney. I don't know what to do with that part. And then the next thing, Deborah DeVito's in the office. Marta accounts, German Lafayette, I would say. We need help. We are in a dire state of attack to be put into Mussolini. I know how to do the stock market. I know how to handle this crisis we're in. I'm also the Baroness of Nicaragua, where my father of the Dominican Republic, United Nations, left me the priesthood. I don't know how this is going to go, but let's create the United Nations United Family Effect of an Estes-Squarian liberal diplomacy across the world. I'm not going to argue about this crap, because Colonel Rice said under President Bush, I will be the president by 1996 elect. Well, I had to leave Carnes High School because Chief Ski called me an undirectable, cynical, biased, prejudiced, hateful name of the N-word type, along with at least Hamblin County bus said Sassy Ann at the car game. Whitney, Melissa, Dunn, Carlisle, Hartzell, Penelope. Her daddy, Boris Yeltsin there, Benny Raby, I guess. Stephen Carlisle, Ralph Sutton, whatever you want to call him. And her, well, now this new Ashley and Benny Raby Hunt. That's a lie. Why would I marry Robert Hunt's stepdad after I dealt with his ugly butt for too long? In 2001, I moved out of Green Valley subdivision, first of all. Well, second of all, Tina was selling off and extortioning everybody to be her friend and leave me alone. She was using my inheritance, my money from either A, C.W. Green, or B, Osborne Estate and Trust. Mr. Mungo changed her will, and then again Nisha Khan, as well as Suge Knight here in Western Heights, Marlon Winans, a.k.a. Ronald Fox. Well, they haven't done what they were supposed to do, and now they're threatening everybody's life and my happiness and yours too, because this terrorist group, Kincadius of the White Power type, is so incongruently idiocracy. Statute Order of the Rainbow Masonry Lodge 509-762-498. Statute of my own. I have a lawsuit against this country. Mahogany West denotes her life against Detroit, Michigan. Well, Ashley Morgan Osborne here, you need to check Barbara Osborne's control code with Lamar Alexander. I tried to bring this to court. Get a 30-year stalemate of physiologically abused, sex trafficked, tortured by weeping willow branches and so on in court here in Knoxville City County building by Tina and Glenn Burse when I saw her last alive. Well, they wouldn't give it to me because I don't know why. They tried to throw me out of court. Maybe she paid them off like she did Chelsea and Haslam and Hutchison. Well, whoever has a complaint about me, yes, Phil Burleson, I'm Barbara's granddaughter. Yes, Dick York Cheney, I am on our side in Congress. I don't want to work for free, but the dollar bill helps. I can help get the stock market on. I want to be a real estate broker, and I would love to be in Washington getting paid to advise at least somebody that is in our democracy able to be a statue and run this ship. I'm not saying white supreme power, black supreme power, or any of the least. Lady Aguilera, the Baroness of Nicaragua, France, and over 862 bodies of people. I'm multilingual. I'm the best qualified for the job. Now, if you want to take my GSR re-enlistment code for the military for granted, it would probably be under Colonel Rice. Set her up, let's get her in the democracy as the Queen of the United States. Do you know the congressional statutes, all 28, were written in another country? They weren't even written in America. And when you came here and take your tail in here, the 4th statute says to consort, to agree, and to commend to be a people eater. Take of one of each other's human wealth and taste. Well, I don't agree with that. I think that's human cannibalism. If Jane Doe appropriated as population control under the fantastic NWRA that I seen a video and castrated Mark instantly at 7:35 Sanquon Way. Well, that's where Lauren, Stephen, Carlisle, Hartle, Melissa Dunn, sister, mommy, and daddy, who's using my Mary Catherine Osborne identity, follows me up to St. Mary's Hospital. Well, now and then and again, in one fact, Roberts' crew, you disown me. I know you and Ross Susan were incest pop call of some other nation that came here with Hitler, and Frank Savage Hitler, and Dorothy and Frank Green, Griswold, whatever you were. Mr. Green didn't know you all. He didn't want to. First of all. Second of all, you didn't understand him until I was 4 years old. I was not to be touched. I was not to be hurt. You were supposed to take that weeping willow branch that Bart had me braid, and you tried to sex traffic me to Ronald Bramson, local commissioner of the police force, Rainbow Order of the Lodge, 37918, chapter Masonry, 1507, I think, of Knoxville. Well, let me tell you something, Marlo Talbot. It's time to take him off. Macmillan, Hobart, and Webster, Quimby Experiments, Dr. Wendy, will be very disappointed in you, Websters, because the simple fact, I have the qualifications. The Galleon girls stole my notebook, dismissed me from our practice here in Knoxville, and went and moved to Morristown. Well, how about that? When the first cure was denotated CBS Broadway by my hand, Ashley Morgan Osborne, I lived under Carbon Union Carbide Industrial Closing Company and all Secret City militant extraordinaire. Yeah, when I signed up, I was supposed to be Naruto Special Ops Agent, Special Enforcement Officer, Code Agent 71518, meaning Nikita, under Luke Bryant. Now, let me ask you this. If we have an emergency of a worldwide problem of a people eating cannibalistic, which I think is an abomination, is Mr. Trump going to take care of it? Is Miss Harris going to take care of it? Is anybody going to know how? Well, I do. Anybody want my opinion? Anybody want my vote? I'm Ashley Morgan Osborne on assignment, known as only the Golden Star Mahogany Black Lyrica, the Black Widow, baby. And now the little girl that was on the plane with 50 Cent, and if he's gone, dude, I'm coming for your tail, Azra, too. But let me tell you something, jarheads, military, you're my business. All these local yokel cops ain't crap here. My know-how, my detective experience, Osborne Kensington's Billingsley accounts, freeze all Osborne estate and trust, please, sir, ma'am, or anybody in authority, because they done took Winston down through there. They lied to him, and Mr. Munger changed all wills because Mark and Tina was jealous of me. I was going to receive everything. They didn't even think of him or her for 29 generations, and now Anne Hathaway, aka Dorothy Green, F.A. John and Stephen Green were incest three brothers and a sister. Well, like Mr. Green said, somebody stole his source work. They've stolen mine too. Channel 10's reporting on it. Well, let's get these her Big Tara. I don't know what her real name is. I don't care. But I know one thing for certain. They're not curing cancer, not even the Galleon girls, and they're having a lot of recalls. Well, Shelby Blythe Moose of Owens and Minor, 3 signatures at Denny's. I've worked plenty of corporate. I've read military files. I know by order of executive the Rainbow Lodge 709, Mary Catherine Osborne. Why don't you look at this with Fancois Osborne being Abraham Lincoln and the Da Vinci Code, me, his being his sister. Ohio is fine. Then Barbara signs the Lamar Alexander control number. Angelou Tarantino, calling him Tony Torbett. He came looking for me, his little monster T, because the simple fact of your embassy, you're taking into account the South Wing chose when Stephen Carter and I returned the kids. I won't speak about it, Clive Schneidley Glow, because I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't matter once and again that eating the Da Vinci Code children that they baby raped and telling you all I'm an imposter and it's impossible to come back to life. While Ashley Morgan Osborne here is also known in the Secretary of State of California, Treasury for the Washington, Exodus Files, page 795. That's where the Treasury Book of Secrets lets you know Exodus Files. And that is my family lineage. Let's clear this up. If you want me in here, you want me up, I can politically correct. Equestrian, liberal, diplomatic. I'm not on Republican. I'm not on Democratic. I'm not on radical. I'm going to tell you what I'm on. I want to save this earth. And if you all keep killing, I'm going to have to do something major, drastic. I've already had to throw out my keys to Washington. Somebody's been attacking it. Yes. Well, you know what, with me, the South Side Wing, I have a suite there. It's suite 702-19, I think. 702-993. Well, they've stolen my keys, even to my World Embassy suite. And I'm not going to tell it where it is, just say the Pentagon. So, I don't know who took this brown or black pouch, but I'm going to assume, since I've had to slave for the Choctaw Roberts on Fox Road since they disowned me, Salvage Hitler Roberts, they're not Susan B. Anthony, Hamilton, Ashley, Lincoln, or anything. Choctaw, I would say, comes from Russia. Well, why don't you take your happy butts back to Russia? And anybody from Yugoslavia, I think, Mr. Trump, you need to sit down a minute, too. And all this Kamala Harris, well, ma'am, it would be great to have a red bone brown kid president woman that is compassionate and stuff, but my political for presidency, you should have to know 17 criteria of Rainbow Order Masonry Lodge that built this country of my forefathers. Now, for these people, Miss Big Tara and Miss Tiffany that thinks it's funny for a dollar bill. Well, Miss Tiffany comes to my door yesterday, knocks on it with a package from 50 Cent. To invite me to the Players Ball. Well, now, I have seen, she put it on the next door neighbor's door and says, screw me, and walks away. Tells them to go and take that 7 tickets and go see Jelly Roll. Well, Azra, where is she? Because it ain't funny anymore. Because the big joke in now, you try to find something on me, Hyde Park original. When looking in the box and you found Ramar tattooed Tommy Lee like a Soviet Union soothsayer spy, well, Julie Turpin Jackson and Jen Hope and the lead Stacy Kopic as hers 2 soothsayers in Western Heights. I don't know who he has out there, but he must be something that we don't need, because Tattoo Tommy Lee, and we don't need a Robert Hunt, Frankie Hunt, Jeffrey Dahmer either. Now, Tom Spokesman's clone with Patrice Wellington, excuse me. And then the second husband, Mr. James Bellini Pope. I didn't marry you, movie man James. Who are you? I married the Ambassador Parisia. 2.5 hours later, it was gone. I don't know who you think you are in America, but you're going to stop taking away this grown woman's happiness. I swear on your predicament. I'm going to make your life a living turmoil of a monsoon tsunami pterodactyl wave. Oh, by the way, have you seen my daughter anywhere? No, because Western Heights murdered her in Addison. And it was not your problem, but yeah, her mama, let me see this. I mean, Hannah Barnes and Addison was here in Western Heights. Excuse me, Sheriff Hutchison and Chelsea and Haslam, your son that you adopted, the Da Vinci Code kid. Now, Hannah Barnes was with him here in Western Heights looking for me her second day on Naval Marine Special Ops. Now, they took them through hell looking for Mama Ashley because she was proud to go into the military. Her mom, I heard, Brenda, a.k.a. Deanna Barnes, sold her to the party Hoda Guthrie for over $498 million to Glenn and Tina for their party of a bloodbath, wanting uncurated satisfaction from blood, axe murdering heads, taking their privates into their parts. That's the NWRA. I'm an eyewitness. If you can come down on this, and then boiling and eating them and rioting, the poor child with her head on a spork stick in Canary Hall, Chapman Highway, South Knoxville. Now, I know this for a fact. I'm also an evangelist center, Damascus Way. Well, what they're offering here ain't something you really want to partake unless you kill them. These maggot, pork, pig maggots on borrowed time. Now, Ralph Sutton is this a.k.a. Glenn Benny Raby Boris Yeltsin Spangler. They killed him. That was Shelby Blythe. So I wrote out and agreed my signature, Denny's 3 signatures with Mr. Shelby Blythe from Owens and Mina. Everybody should know that Ashley keeps her bond as her word. Well, Ashley Morgan Osborne here. I'm not a Hunt. I'm not a Bertolini Pope, and I found the Vatican priesthood of my trinitical star inheritance, Mother Teresa's cup. Okay, Carolyn Mapika, can you kind of tell me why you went to the palace and brought the Holy Grail cup back? And as a matter of fact, my evangelist missionary has found 9 of them. Holy Grails from other places, other countries. Now, Latin Mafia Kings, if you want to take that little girl into account, that she's your best friend there, Ramirez, Roselius, Johnisha, Justin. Let me tell you about my experience as a Torrentino or Tertanellia, and then she calls him Tony Torpid. Well, my first date was a Latin Mafia King, Commodore, as they call him. Here in military special ops, they call me the Grey Ghost. I've never been recognized. They gave Stacy Kopic and Tisha Johnson, Julie Turpin, they're Laudens. Okay, they will eat you, and they have a terror Somthiar blood corporal in their favor, Officer Carringer. Well, Suella, let me tell you about this. There's a little story about Jed, and Jed wasn't red as an Indian as I am, could have been said. A Nazarene Sembolith Comanche chicken hawk red bone. Now let's go with it. And when I come from Avalonia, the land of the gods, an Arcadian fighter and a goddess of a Nubian greed. And let me tell you about this red bone chick, a little Comanche chicken hawk Indian for your flick. I've been beat. I have suffered physiological labeling as a abuse. She was murdered last night around 3:32 a.m. and poor Tina by her husband Glenn Burris, and I was just in the court trying to get a reputable order of protection. Now, I don't know who this Ashley Hunt and Benny Raby, but that's Glenn, leader of the NWRA. And then Brown Coast insignia of the good old boys from Hamlin County. I think they're all incest brain broker. They meet at this ice cream place deli over there in Claxton, past Clinton, Claxton, up store 782, Piggly Wiggly old brand. It was on Highway 1123E where he took and met all the NWRA members: Michael Brainerd Geppetto, Rome Pike, Mr. York, and Glenn himself, a terrorist, Boris Yeltsin. Now, his children here want to take over my empire, and I'll be daggone, I ain't letting them go to Nicaragua, where I'm the emperor, or the empress. Now, she thinks she's going to have all my empire in France, Miss Melissa Whitney Dunn Carlisle Hartle. Well, Mama and Daddy are brother and sister, and I'll be daggone if the French embassy IC3.gov fraudulent identity Tony Glumac, step down, you're not Pastor Culberson Overton Mahar Carlisle. And stereotyping is my job because I took what you guess? They trying to break in and see what I'm promoting on this Lancaster report. Well, it's Katia Tana, Kensington, 58-star general type under Nikita Law, statute 78209. And I'll go chapter 11 if I have to. Citizen code, this is all I have. They made me have military because Chief Ski called me an N-word too, as long as Melissa Dunn Carlisle don't do it again, from Hamlin County. Now, Chief Ski and Chief Futural apparently want Amanda Allison and the clones of Robbie Hunt to run everything, and he wanted to marry her. Well, can I kind of have my Arobi SR-59 suits and all this other stuff? I know Mr. Biden was murdered yesterday. I saw his backpack here in Knoxville, Broadway bus number 22 going down to Fountain City is around 3:23, between 1:15 and 3:28 p.m. And that was President Biden himself and his backpack. I understand. I recognize all of the royalty that's tried to become the democracy in the United States presidency. You need a little more criteria. Let the royalty in, because any other country, my blood type, my position, and everything of and incurred would be royalty. And why are you talking about this crap right now? What's going on in the world? Well, you today. You need some help? I'm always here. I know political stances. I am in the best interest and the smartest. High IQ. Okay, let's do a test. Polixar. Question number 19. It says XCRM-593 pi squared by root 837,602 equals what? CR59 125708 broke down to exactly the answer 379064829612571 dot period decimal 73 9 12 1508 infinite 6590281. That's the Exeter exam on a what university? Oh, Yale University to graduate on your math quiz. So I have the highest IQ in the world. They've stolen all my source work and make such a dollar and thought it was a joke in my house when Tina and Glenn shows up. Jane Doe and Boris Yeltsin, Benny Raby there. And tell me my daughter got murdered. Lacey Hunt. Well, Shania Twain's who they were talking about. And Tattoo Tommy Lee, a Soviet Union, Quincy Reyes Davies spy, Charles Lomax in our government. And here I am like, hold up a minute. What in the world is really going on in this society of the aristocrats where I am the associate leader? Osborne.gov data breach Drew Drummond's all the way up to Alaska here in America. I need my Osborne estate and trust now, however I get it, and I don't care where. I am well aware of what's going on. People are dying, trucking it. Well, that would be a Toby Reagan Truman event of the Ponzi scheme of the Watergate Ku Klux Klan inheritance in the lives of everyone across the world. Innocent people. Ramirez, Joshua, John, Nisha, and Justin. It's over. Orson Tobler, how did you like your deposition? Cantonese, the king of Singapore. I know where Mandali Mayan Dile Oso Tandele Teliam. Now, Osoto Majilandero, Cantonese. What makes a difference if you can't speak past 6 languages, you shouldn't even be looking at me, Ashley Morgan Osborne. We're going to put that on repeat. 6 languages. My first, Galaic. My second, Latin. My third, Arabic. French, Portuguese. I know Latin. And see, these simple demonic people have already took the Vista 158. Yes, I was gregariously robbing banks and crap because I wanted to stop as a cashmere kitten, Mr. Rompike, all of this extra stuff of child pornography, sex trafficking, innocent men, women, and children disappearing across the world. Well, that would be because, somebody's using my name, data, and social, and I don't really like it. I don't understand why you haven't figured this out. Everything's in Ashley Hunt's name. I've been divorced from that mother sucker since 2001, and I really didn't even care for him. Like, Robert Hunt wasn't a stud. Now he's getting PBICH.org. Oh, good grief. Mr. Allen, next door to Vistas 158, they put a gun to me and told me to get the hell out of there while my Dahinte was sitting in the back room praying. Poison, rapes. You need to catch a chill. All of you. I'm not prejudiced. If you can't get past the color of your fingers, hands, knees, or toes against your nose of the flesh color I am to yours, you're not going very far in your maturity. And what I've learned, if you haven't known, prejudice by cynical remarks, even by a superior officer or under, is very inappropriate. Yes, I'm militant, jarhead. I'm not the police, and the massacre thing that happened at the Advocacy Center was because I want an order of protection. I need protection from Tina and Glenn and all these miscreants. Well, I know for a fact it's on her security system, and she was on her phone at 2329 Bakertown Road 37931 at 3:28. The call came into the police, and when they got that, everything was gone. Well, I know where it is, and it's probably an apartment 278 or 4 or Highway 429 East, going through Hamlin County and all that extra crap. Well, okay, Melissa, Whitney, Carlisle, Dunn, Penelope, Hartle, and yo daddy, Benny and Ashley Raby, guess what's about to happen? You're about to find the Kiss on the radio and his little girl, Boris Yeltsin, and all 3 women that he promised to marry and all this crap and another. He's a sick, very predatorial. He loves children most to hang $1 and they dalihia la bala cordio in their face and rave $1 or candy lopper or pay to do some obscenely things of the NWRA. I'm an eyewitness to a video, and yes, I took Mark down through that. I took his Escambia and tortured him. I watched the video, eyewitness to it. Mark had to eat what was left of it, and I told him I'm going to put you out your own house at 735 Sangamon Way. You're going to have to go live with your sister that supported this and married you when you and him were younger. Well, Dorothy did that. C.W. Green said, they stopped me too. I don't even want to deal with this crap. He left me everything, and Tina and Mark was jealous along with Amber and Terry and the Lot Lizard Revolt under O.G. Littlejohn. That Terry, Miss Tina Denise, and Miss Charlotte, the movie man Pope's girl, was pimped out here in Knoxville. And then she tried to sex traffic me to you, Ron Brabson, for the J-Mar companion piano. Ron, I will never slob on a knob. You let Holly, the German Mafia, do that. It ain't Claudia Miles. You're sick. All of you, you better collect your moins back from that woman you paid for this grown woman as a little girl. Bart McPhee, you are not Toby Reagan. Alan Sir Robson, let me tell you about this crap, Truman. Down here in the kill house, they killed them. All. Janice, Joplin, Sally, Jensen, and all of you say what, who, and where. Well, we got America's Most Wanted attack all over the globe. I'm here to tell you Revolutionary World War III has been on, and I'm Azra in your comical books, and all you thugnificent families of gangsters with or without your cross on, is it's time to man up, tribes. Kill Wasabi tribe. A Squirrel Girl is on the loose. Where you gonna find her? Not Bakertown in the caboose. Darnell Waters was my first expense, and Tina went and told me I was nasty, and then tried and true to her nature. You know, after that, I gave up. Like, she tried to just really, they shouldn't have ever touched me. And I think it could have just been a bet, but after 7 years and having his first child in the Bakertown trailer park was by myself at 11 years old, about to turn 12 in about 16 weeks, I had a baby named Leviathan. Well, that yellow trailer in the trailer park, Mr. Arby something, he lives with Penny Pinocchles. He grabbed my panties, and I hope my Leviticus royalty child is okay. Well, Darnell, we have a daughter together. So C.W. Green wasn't prejudiced. Okay, he died March 9th, 1994. Since March 3rd, Tina, Mark, and Amber, and whoever else was over in Alcoa, that apartment Mark had him in, they captured him at 104 trailer, took him out there after I found Tina in bed with Robbie Hunt. Good God Almighty. March 28th of 1998. Well, then she said I passed away, so it's kind of weird that to Louis Robertson, the family of Osborns, that were inherently on my birth certificate, September 24th, 1980. But does Tina know even David Osborne, Barbara's son, not my papa, Francois Osborne, that Mr. Osborne and Mr. Cole Griswold McCleary, that was Mr. Green, they didn't know either one of them. They found me in a pile, all cut up, all been mutilated, sexually tortured and abused from that 57 trailer park. Well, Shoney's knows lost kids, welcome to my world. I made do. I grew up. I got over it. Well, now they're trying to cover it up again, my murderer, because they want my empire, something I have, like the Empress of Nicaragua. Yeah, I'm supposed to be there. And when Italy's King Tarantino and came over to find me, a little T-mobster, 38 stories above Italy, they stole me and brought me back here. Now, every time I come around, I'm being raped of all my credit, my reputation, and everything that you've said about Ashley Morgan Osborne, Hunt, Pope, whatever. I'm not your victim. I feel sorry for you all. Every single one of you. I should have got that order of protection because the physiological labeling of a parent. Where is Tina Fey Burris today? Well, I would say in a casket going over to one of them Claxton funeral homes. Old Mr. Bertie Helmer's funeral home, saying people are dead that they're not. Well, that's where Glenn likes to hang out and is one of his personal NWRA friends. Well, the claw over here, I know about Sassy Ann, the car game at Carnes, when she came off the bus for her daughter on Hamilton County Bus 396. Well, she swore to have my empire. Tina agreed. They presented him to Jap as her daughter, Ashley. Well, that's a lie. Okay, Suge Knight's son? Excuse me. Suge Knight is Ronald Fox, a guy that was murdered my third marriage before because somebody lied. Not only Todd, but Sunshine, Brandon Hunt's real auntie, I guess, over here in 3, used to live there. And Tina Hunt, she said. Nikki Connard. Well, they did the unthinkable. Ronald Fox passed away Christmas morning, the day after Christmas, because somebody here, Harvey Harold Carey Dorset, gave him some bad stuff. Sunshine was there. Aunt Brenda, I guess, is what Brandon Hunt called her. I didn't know Sunshine. He wouldn't have that woman. Okay, first of all. Second of all, Tracy Cause is trying to cover it up. I'm not having it again. The murder trials of being put on a cross, shackled, nailed, a crown and nails, burnt, coming back to life 798 plus times because these people keep murder, kill, and say I'm not Jesus. Well, I beg to differ. The Exodus files in the Secretary of the State Treasury in California for Washington, D.C. The Exodus Files, page 908. Okay, Commissioner in California? There I am. Moulin Rouge, Lady Exodus of the Da Vinci Code. Don't call me Jesus, that's not appropriate, as I am. From the land of Babylonia, Purdue Islands. Well, the next thing, the best Arcadian fighter, Nazarene Indian here. I'm about pissed off at everybody. Lady Aguilera. Now let's do this. Barbara Osborne signed my control number for Lamar Alexander in the Costa Rica port because Gwyneth Paltrow of incest did not want me to know, but Sharon Osbourne, come on now, I'm the only one and the last. I've never even got a penny of Osborne estate and trust, and I have built this country because on the 8th constitutional right, this little Indian went AWOL and said, "I'm taking your butt back wherever you came from, you Yugoslavian people eating cruds." You know, I will not conform. I'm not going to conform, and you will not make me conform into number 11 statute, Congressional United States, to consume each other in the bloodbath of what? So what am I conforming to here? I'm not black, white, green, or blue. The white people are starting to call me an N-word. The black people say I'm trying to fit in. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to stop this World War III, and if you don't want to listen to me, Revolutionary War Leader, you're going to find out. My magnificent is my family of gangsters with their cross on. My gang is my cross. My cross took off. Oh, I'm a dirty, slant-faced street fighter. I can take about 397, rock the boat in prison. When we talk about showing all these Kit Kat videos, Dax, it's time to step up to the plate. Azra here says, let's take out this demonic rate of affliction. Now, Mr. Trump, if you're mad at me about the 5-card draw game, and the reason you were there, you said because you were going to get assassinated or scared of it, and then Mr. Mike Dilling, if all you didn't like was the comment about your hair, well, then you got a problem, because last chip in, and I'll talk crap at the table, I saved your life in the assassination that you were to experience, even when you traded beds with Enrique Iglesias. Even though I didn't take the last chip, but I broke even, I never have back about that. Now, the next thing I heard, okay, you want to run for president again. Well, Mr. Trump, I think we've got a problem of making America better again, because you sure do not know how to do the budget deficit or Wall Street. Now, I've had a person take 286 Wall Street depositions and turned them in. Made quite a pretty penny, right, Cordova and Peasy Boy? Well, Peasy Boy, Quan, is probably gone because that wasn't his money in the business. That's why we lost Chat, Capicola, and D-Hard. Well, also, my family in the Vistas, come on, we need to wake up. Don't let that little girl, Lacey Hunt, talk to me like that, Shania Twain. I mean, she's supposed to be passed away. She's Chanel Larissa Roberts. Okay, I don't have any children alive in my possession because I was gunned down intermittently. Jarnigan stamps were stole out of Mr. Mike's desk that I found in the alleyway. And Bonnie Allen stole them with Sherry Mahar, who I equate to a Nancy Culberson or an Overton attorney that illegally gave my estates to Gary Palmer, Barbara Osborne's second husband, by warrant of foul play in her murder at 513 Minnesota Avenue, Lantana, where Tina and Gary were found having an affair, which don't matter because she was a slut. I'm not her daughter in any case by positive blood. David Osborne now, he agreed to adopt me, but it was only because his father and mother were good to him. But his father, Clarence, and Barbara, oh no. Somewhere along the way, somebody's got their mind messed up about who's getting what and where. Why don't we date back to 1703? Vatican. Where's Mother Teresa? Well, I think her trinitical star fell out of her hair and she fell down the falls. Will you tell me why Deuces, Caroline Mapika, Rebecca Lefko, why did you go and take Mother Teresa's Holy Grail out of the box? I found it in Knoxville Catholic Charities. They gave me the cup. I have 17 Holy Grails. Anybody in another foreign country, hit me up. It's a good time of day. Here's the forecast. Rainy days on Shady Acre Ponds, Knoxville, Tennessee. Western Heights, all I've been able to afford of this oppression, heartbreak, and misery. Fort Promise, 1502, apartment 131. Don't let them fake you out. Miss Ashley, Miss Ma'am, and I expect that if we want to get this stuff straight, civil reunion to Rainbow Lodge 509, 708, and 1643. Executive Order of the Masonry Lodge 908, 1412, 326, and Statutes 119, 06, 45, 3748, and 1709. Citizen Code 19816, also 61849, also 57918, and the smartest IQ on the planet. Thank you. What's the square root of pi MC38 divided by 9? That will equal 37549,428.638,109. Thank you and have a great day.